Hey Brad Squad, it's Belgium Kim, and I hope you are feeling as crafty as I am today because I am at the Renegade Craft Fair in New York City. That's right, it's one of the biggest craft fairs in New York, attracting over 200 vendors, creators, merchants of all sorts from all over the world. Renegade is also the farthest reaching craft fair, attracting over 300,000 attendees in 12 cities across the US and the UK. So let's go do some holiday shopping together because we are going to be talking to some of the phenomenal vendors and some of the people on the hunt for some unique holiday gifts for those that they love. So let's go shopping! Brad Squad, I am here with two of the Renegade Craft Fair's organizers, Rachel and Madeline. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
How did you guys come to organize the Renegade Craft Fair?
Started 9 years ago, volunteered at the fair in Chicago, which is where we're based. We have employees all over the country. We're still a very small company.
I've been with Renegade for 5 years as the vendor correspondent manager. Get to see all the amazing talent that comes in.
What is the selection process like for the vendors?
We are really focused on emerging talent, but we do have a lot of vendors that have been doing the fairs since I've been here. We're definitely focused on trends, but we're also focused on stuff that will last forever. It's really a pleasant shopping experience, especially during the holidays when you feel like a lot of things are mass produced. With artists that are coming to our fairs, they don't just put a table out with their stuff and say see you later. They try to make it a unique shopping experience in their booths too.
I think as a shopper, you're bound to leave with a ton of incredible gifts, but also just feeling so inspired because there's just so much to see. The actual products are beautiful, but also you just feel good about buying from someone knowing that it's supporting a handmade independent maker, and you're also getting a gift for yourself or a loved one.
Everyone has one. What's your immigration story?
Most of my ancestors came from Russia.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a Mongolian history back in there too.
How far back we talking?
4, 5 generations.
My great grandmother came over from Denmark. She was a pioneer that went from St. Louis all the way to Utah in a covered wagon. Mormon pioneer. I'm not Mormon, but my ancestors are.
Hey everybody, we are here with Stephanie from Stone Dumpling House. Tell me exactly what is Stone Dumpling House?
Well, I've been working on a project where I want to create ceramic replicas from the Asian American pantry, because when you think about the Asian American community, there's no such place as Asia America. And so I wanted to create a project where people could just feel the nostalgia of their childhoods.
You are a first-generation Taiwanese American. How is this project personal for you?
All of the items that I'm sculpting and painting are from my childhood. I also grew up folding dumplings with my mom and my aunts and my grandmom, and so it's just really meditative for me, and I feel connected to the different generations and communities of Asian women who have been doing this labor to make food for so long.
How long have you been doing this project, and what's been the response?
I've been doing this project for maybe half a year, and I've been really surprised by the response. Different Asian Americans have felt really connected to it, and it's made me really excited about the work. I'm hoping to have a gallery show sometime in 2019 or 2020. So Eater just put the dumplings in their holiday gift guide for 2018, and then New York Mag is putting it in their holiday gift guide as well.
You have a 22 karat gold version available. Yeah. Explain the 22 karat gold version.
Gold is just something that Chinese people love. It's very auspicious, so I just wanted to make a version that was gold. And so they're 108 because 8 is a lucky number in Chinese.
We've got all of the Stone Dumpling House dumplings lined up in this gorgeous row. Tell me a bit about the display and a bit about the dumpling.
So I fold each one by hand and I make them just like real dumplings. I roll out the porcelain really thin, cut it into a circle, and then fold it up just like my mom taught me. And then it goes into the kiln, and then I glaze it and it goes back into the kiln.
What does the neon sign mean?
Dumplings.
How was your family's reaction when you started this?
He said, "How much are the dumplings?" And I said, $30. And he goes, "Dollars?" I think they think it's funny, but they're also really touched by it.
What's your family's immigration story?
My mom and my dad both came over here in the 80s. They met in Taiwan, and they came over here together. They were just going to come for grad school and ended up loving and staying.
I am here with Robin, who designs these absolutely gorgeous handbags and wallets and leather goods. What's the name of your business?
It's called Serep and Rose. Serep is my maternal grandmother's name, and Rose is my great-grandmother's name. We design and manufacture small leather goods from all over Africa.
Who manufactures them in Africa?
In Liberia, we have a workshop of about 12 to 14 guys who've been working together most of their lives. And they manufacture with a thinner, lighter goat hide leather. We use traditional Liberian textile. Ours is called country cloth, so it's hand-woven traditional cloth, usually made into tunics or shirts for men on special occasions. And in Kenya, I manufacture with a small factory, 75% women, 25% men, all trained sort of on the job. None of them, knew how to do this. And then in Ivory Coast, Mali, and Senegal.
This is going to be a total sign of my ignorance on this. When I think like good, amazing, soft, gorgeous leather, my mind does not immediately go to Liberia and Guinea and the Ivory Coast.
That's exactly why I actually do this business.
Yeah.
I was born here in the States, but my parents are from Liberia. One of the biggest reasons why I decided to do this, about 8 or 9 years ago, I had a bag that was similar to the one that I'm wearing, and I lost it. It was my favorite bag, and everyone always used to say to me, "Oh my God, your bag is so cute. Is it from Topshop? Is it from Urban Outfitters?" And I would say, "Oh no, it's from Liberia," and they would go, "Wow, I can't believe that's African. I can't believe that's from Africa." So I'm just sharing what Africa can be with the world in my own little niche way.
What's the response been? Has it picked up?
2.5 years later, I've definitely found the people that want to buy them. 9 times out of 10, I get people like, "Oh my gosh, I bought this wallet and it's so beautiful." Those are the things that sort of keep me going. It's expanded from 12 bags out of Liberia to 3 countries across 4 production sites in 2.5 years. Expanded into footwear, which is super popular. I didn't foresee that. And the beauty about this is that I can design anything I want. I can go and make it a real product in a couple of weeks.
Are those your warehouses, or do they get a percentage?
With 2 of them, they themselves are their own entrepreneurs. In the other 2, the workers have a salary. I went to these guys with an idea, and I drew out the bag, came back, and this is the bag that they made. And when I saw that this is what they could do, like I said, in a workshop with no electricity, so they can only work in the daytime, foot pedal sewing machine. I just got back from Kenya, and it was the first place where I'd already started working with them before meeting them. And when I walked in, and they were like, "Oh, this is the lady that ordered all those backpacks," and they were like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cool. We've never had a woman come and order this stuff before." Yes. So it's really cool to be able to know the people that make my stuff.
You talked a little bit about this, but I've got to ask, what's your family's immigration story?
People may know Liberia had a pretty bad civil war. Officially lasted 14 years. My parents and tons of other Liberians sort of had to kind of run away with one bag or nothing. Everyone sort of came over at the same time, or if you were here, you couldn't go back. So everyone was kind of stranded in the DC area where my grandma worked at the time. My parents lived with my grandma, as with many other people, for the first sort of year or so of my life.
We are here with Virgine Fiocchi. Hello, Virginie.
Oh, hi.
You are French.
I am.
You are making this wonderful jewelry. Tell us a little bit about the start of your business.
I started my business in Paris back in 2005, so it's been 13 years already.
Wow.
I moved here in 2010. So I've been making jewelry full-time for 6 to 7 years now, and I love it, and I feel like I did the right career choice.
How does one get into the jewelry creation business?
In Paris, I attended, just like here, a craft fair, and I was really impressed by all the skills of all these people. So I took adult lessons in Paris at École Boulle. I got hooked. I'm really passionate about handmade craft.
Now, I was reading a little bit about your business. You've been featured in some kind of amazing places.
I've been very lucky in Style magazine. I've been in USA Today, Martha Stewart, Favorite Makers. I guess my style is very French in a way because the use of enamel is not so current in the US. My style is also very playful and whimsical, so that's what maybe makes me stand apart. I don't know, but yeah, I've been very lucky.
I feel like I'm in a fairy princess world right now. It's just very happy and the colors are beautiful. Was it always like that?
One of my very first pieces, actually Sarah Blakely has it, the founder from Spanx, so I call it Hang In There. because life is a journey. You have to hang tight. So those were always my inspiration, very playful and very whimsical.
You have a ton of people surrounding this table. What's the response like?
People think it's cute and happy. That's the word I hear the most often. I guess it puts a smile on people's faces, and that's exactly why I do that in the first place, and the happy vibe that's throughout my booth. So that's what I try to share with my work.
I know that you said you go to a lot of these craft fairs. Is this your first Renegade Craft Fair?
Oh no, I've been doing Renegade for, I would say, maybe 6 years. I've done all of them through all around the US.
You are obviously from Paris. What's your immigration story?
I came here with my husband in 2010. So I was lucky enough that I came on his visa.
Okay.
And then a few years later, we applied for a green card under his work again.
Okay.
And that's how I got my green card as well.
Do you have a favorite piece?
I have a new favorite. We don't say he loves me not.
No.
We have 5 shades of love. Un peu means a little bit, beaucoup means a lot, à la folie means madly, pas du tout means not at all. So when you fidget the little petals in the daisy, you see all the 5 shades of love. And it's also very French, and so it's like a wink to my French roots.
We are here with the creators of Dandy Farmer, Matt and Paul, is that right? Yep. What is Dandy Farmer?
Dandy Farmer is a modern bonsai studio, and we create bonsai, basically.
Bonsai is taking something from nature and putting it in a pot and making it look like you have nature right in the palm of your hands.
So what inspired you to create a bonsai business?
Well, I lived in Japan for about 7 years, and I started doing bonsai there. I started working in Japanese gardens, and I started realizing how beautiful and restorative and therapeutic it was to be in a living work of art. And when I came back to New York, I thought that was such a beautiful time of my life. How can I bring that and share it with people in a busy city like New York City? Bonsai was the perfect thing to do that with. So they're like miniature gardens.
I come from a design background, come from the fashion industry, and we thought it would be a great way to take the traditional bonsai and making it into something different and new in the city. So what better way to get a tree in someone's home in a tight little city, right?
We also know that there's a lot of first-time plant owners and maybe first-time bonsai buyers too. So we want to make it a little bit easier and more accessible. And a lot of these are even easier to take care of than normal houseplants because of the type of soil that we use and the way that we make the pot. So a lot of thought goes behind it. That's what it's all about, is creating a connection with the natural world again.
Paul, you mentioned that these were a little bit different than your typical bonsai.
Your old school bonsai, they come in square pots. What we do is we take like a lot of different like house plants and we sculpt them to make them look like an actual tree that you see out. Yeah.
How do you do that?
By trimming or wiring, we do a lot of training to them before we sell them.
We also have a store on Canal Street, inside the Canal Street Market. That's open 7 days a week. So, we let people know that they can stop by there anytime. So we do open studios there. This is in Fort Greene in Brooklyn, and that's really cool. We do workshops. You get to see how this is done and learn how to do it too.
Do you guys have a favorite?
Right now, it's this fig over here with a moss on it.
Yeah.
It really takes you to a different place when I look at it.
I think Paul said it's like transporting the imagination and looking at it and feeling that sense of peace.
What is your family's immigration background?
I come from the Philippines. I'm Filipino, and my dad's been a citizen from his first marriage, and so I moved here later on.
My mom's from the Philippines. Dad's side of the family is from Austria, but I was born and raised in Maryland, actually.
Hey, Brad Squad. I am here with Shanae and Dominique, who are, I'm assuming, here for some hot holiday shopping. Am I right, lady?
Yes. I bought a present for my dog. He has to get a holiday present.
Of course. What's his name?
Samba.
Dominique, who are you shopping for today?
No one.
What brings you guys to this kind of event?
It's unique, There's a lot of holiday markets in New York, and so this one looked a little different. So I figured, let me check it out.
And just like seeing like the little unique things that people are creating is cool. And collect cards so I can like do my online shopping later.
What kind of impact do you feel like this has on the community?
I think it's good to get these vendors an opportunity to show off their goods and their merchandise and get their brand out there.
Are you guys attracted to one particular vendor?
I saw a vendor, their little wallets were really nice. I am considering purchasing that.
Ooh, see, the peer pressure is
It
happening.
is.
And wouldn't it look cute in your purse? It would look so cute in your purse.
It would match my leather.
Oh my God. All right, Brad Squad, thank you so much for coming with me to do some of my holiday shopping. We talked to some amazing vendors, and make sure to check them out on Instagram and online. And the Renegade Craft Fair is going to be back in New York December 22nd and 23rd in Brooklyn. Until next time, peace out.